Good day, everyone. Welcome. It's so bright. Hold on. Hang on, everybody. Better? Worse? The same? Nevertheless, hello, everybody. Hello, Val and Bill. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the program. If you're not familiar, I will be making coffee in my underwear. These are them. They're pink. They're fun. They're nice. It's better if I go like this. It's a little better. But I must say, and it's incredibly, incredibly sweet, Bill Alexander sent in $5. He can't watch the show live today, he said, so I thought I'd drop in to spread a little cheer. That is so sweet. Of course, he did not request a song, so he will not get a song sung. These are the rules. If you do have one, you can do as Bill did, and then name your song, and I'll sing it whether I know it or not. Val said he's into it. Good for you, Val. Jasmine Duke says hello to the people. She says, howdy, people. It's probably because she plays Red Dead Redemption on her YouTube, which is morning to you. Griff Reduce said, sup, RJ. Aaron said, good morning, folks. Nils New York said, hey, everyone. And I'm saying hello to you fine, wonderful people, and also to myself. Sometimes you forget to say hello to yourself. Look in the mirror every morning and say, hi, you. Nils New York said, you can't sing a song about Bill in his honor. I can, but I think it would be unfair to sing a song about someone and not have them request. You know what I mean? Let them request it. I think it's rude. Ty said, what's good, everyone? Hey, RJ, which is like incidentally like, oh, I happen to be here. Yeah, I am here. This is the program. We're going to make some fine coffee and sing some nice songs. Jeff said, have you watched Tiger King yet? And no, because I don't think I need to. I get it. Sometimes the echo is louder than the show, and I'm just not interested. After a certain number of people talk about it, I'm not interested. If I saw it like maybe in the first 4 days it came out, I'd be like, oh, okay. It seems interesting. However, now I'm not. I've heard so much about it, and now I don't want to see it. There's something where I'm like, because so many people have liked it, there's no way it can be good. William Finn says, morning hot body wrestler. And that's sweet and kind and considerate. Rob McAllister Bell said, morning. Well, it's afternoon here. Where are you, Rob? If you say hello to yourself often, you go blind, RJ. That's true. So don't do it in the dark. Maybe put some dimmers on. Oh, Griff Redukes said, can we hear the Cheers theme song? And he donated $10. And now I'm not going to sing it twice because it's going to destroy everyone. However, making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Boom, 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 boom. Wouldn't you like to get away? Boom, 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 boom. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. It's like created by the old pictures. And they're always glad you came. Dun, dun, dun. You want to be where you can see troubles are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name. Dun, 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 dun. Created by James Burrows and Charles Burrows. Nice choice, Griff. Very, very sweet of you. Ty said, why do you sound out of breath? Because I did a bunch of push-ups because I'm insecure about my body. Minacolota said, morning, RJ. I liked last week so much I had to come back again. One return viewer. That is adorable. Well, thank you for coming. It's very sweet of you. Zach said, I thought you're supposed to be heel. Why do you sound so nice? This is my angry. Imagine how nice I am when I'm a baby face. Rob McAllister said, Liverpool here in the UK. Very sweet. Chris said, good morning, RJ and chat. Nils New York said, what a request. That's an awesome song. This has made my morning. Zacharias says, good morning. Good morning to you. Angel is just sending hearts and kisses and a ladybug. You ever have them? You ever hold them and they pee on your hand? For how cute they are, they really shouldn't be peeing on your hand. And you're like, oh, that's cute. At a certain size, like you just go, oh, that's cute. It's just like a little pee. It's not a big deal because I guess we all have a little pee in our underwear. Is that what we're talking about? Nell said, you always look awesome, RJ. Thank you. Griff says awesome and awesome to you. And I hope you know your name. Rob said, and your husband wants to be a girl and you're shrinking off to Europe and didn't even write. Oh, yeah. There's the full version of the song there's just verses of them listing bad things that happens. Jessamine chimes in with a horrific tale. I'm severely allergic to ladybugs. True story. Probably you're allergic to their urine. They're landing on people and they're peeing all over. Imagine the tragedy of being repulsed by something so beautiful. That pee they leave causes me to welt up. Thanks for bringing it up. Just because I brought it up, do you have the reaction? That's what I want to know. Oh, God. I'm so all right, I brought it up. This woman's having an allergic reaction now. Nails New York say, Jessamine, do not reveal your weakness to a heel. Very good, Nails. Aixa says hello from Puerto Rico, and hello to you. We have people from the Liverpool, Puerto Rico. Yet we're all connected by this horrible pandemic that is bizarrely, in a depressing way, uniting us all. Nevertheless, I hear the water. We should get to a scoopin'. This is a melange of coffee today. A little dark. There are some notes of cherry. I must say there's like 3 or 4 different coffees in here at this point. But nevertheless, we should persevere. Last week I made the Lavazza. The week before, so Karya had the nice stuff from Michigan. And then Johnny, they gave me the Cafe Bustelo and yeah, I think that's good. That makes sense. Right? Okay, we'll leave that there. And we'll get back to work. Angel says, I'm so sorry. That's my favorite. I believe she's talking to Jessamine, not me, because it's no longer my show. Rob said, have you have any symptoms, RJ? Fever, dry cough? No, I have not. Ty said, do you think him knowing her weakness will help him? She'd kick his ass for sure. Yes, let's talk about the underwear. Nails New York pointed out the name of the brand. It's Psycho Bunny. I'm not familiar with them, but they look hip. And it's a bunny skull. Although, I'm going to say, and here's the problem with the bunny skeleton, I don't think their ears are bones. I think they're cartilage. So I feel like if you took a bunny skull, if you decapitated a bunny, and then you skinned it, I don't think you would see these ears. So that's, a little scientifically inaccurate, but nonetheless, they're fun and they're hip, and we're dealing with it. Angel said, coffee kitchen mix. That's what I call my mix of coffee. I hope everyone is doing okay and coping. Rob said, we have an app to fill in the daily. What? To in the UK register if we have any symptoms. Oh, they have an app if you have any symptoms. Okay, fine. Michu, $5 said, thanks for the story about Ladybug P. Yeah, it was quite a tale. Will you do something from Cabaret, or is it too early for that? Well, let me pour the water because it is boiling and I don't want it to ruin my song. Give me 1 second. Let me sing it while I'm pouring then. No point in sitting alone in your room. Come hear the music play. Come to the cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. No point predicting the doom and the gloom, but to sway. Come to the cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. Come taste the wine. Come hear the band. Come taste the dun 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 away. Come to the Jesus say, life is a cabaret, old chum. Life is a cabaret. It was so hard to do that while pouring, and I hope that's appreciated. I hope that's taken into consideration. Misha said, oh, this is the highlight of my life. Thank you. Right, I said, now do something from Legs Diamond. Not only did you not pay the amount, right, but I know nothing from that. I must look it up. I need to bone up. I've called people out, and they're calling me out, and I'm terrified. Angel said, love the conversations on Sunday morning. Thank you. Rob said, have you been able to get much during the last week? Are you speaking sexually or in terms of food? If I really want to go to the store and get stuff, I think you can. It's just a process, and you got to be really careful. It'll take just a really long time. Nevertheless, I could get stuff if I really wanted to. The question is, what does one want to get? Minicoletta said, I'm making my coffee now also, but I use a stovetop pot. That's also, see, I don't have a pot big enough for how much water I need for this. And because that's pretty full. I like to leave a little extra if I want to make another cup or whoever. It's just there. So that is my issue. I'm also not a good pourer. There's no spout on my pots, so it doesn't quite work out that nicely. Emilio Cabral said, "Right this way, your tables. Right this way, your tables waiting." Bum bum ba bum 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 ba bum 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 ba ba. Misha said, "I'm happy I finally made it to one of these and got the full, genuine RJ Makes Coffee experience. You've hit all the bases, and I'm proud of you." Amelia said stovetop pot is a percolator. Okay. I think she used a stovetop pot. Look, whatever. I'm not going to get into this right now. Nevertheless, if you're just joining us, I am making the coffee. We have a couple more minutes left, perhaps 3. I didn't put the timer on, so I'm going to eyeball it, which was a mistake on my part, that's for sure. And I have these fun things on. And I'm singing songs. So far, we sang a song from Cheers and a song from Cabaret. And I'm getting really good at singing songs that are like from things and not just songs on their own. Although I can do those too. Niels in New York said, "How are you keeping busy?" Well, if you've been paying attention, for the last 13 days and including today, so for the past 2 weeks, I've been reading bed night stories. Gee, that's a good sell. I've been reading bedtime stories to little kids on YouTube every night at 7:30 p.m. And it's been going well. It seems like 2 children are watching and their mother enjoys it. This one tonight will probably be my last one for a little bit. I read a Dr. Seuss tale. Not crazy about the Seuss guy. I think he's a little too much heralded, similar to the Tiger King. Everyone's saying Tiger King, Tiger King. They used to say Seuss, Seuss. My issue with him is that he makes up a lot of words just so he can rhyme. And I think it's unfair. I want to name an orange. My uncle's name is Smorange. And you're like, hold on a second, Doc. Maybe you should just draw pictures. Rob said we need an RJ Makes Coffee Experience t-shirt. There is one, prowrestlingtees.com/RJ City, and it was drawn by Sarah Shockey from Marty and Sarah, and it gets included in the New York City Tourist Pass. I would love that. Minicoletta said, "I'm sorry to bring in such discourse to the chat early. I meant a mocha pot. It's for espresso. Espresso, sorry. I have something, obviously, in my eye, and I don't know what has happened. Maybe it's a coffee ground. Dear Lord, it wasn't there before." Thank you for the clarification, Minicoletta. Amelia said, "Have you been playing euchre?" Yes, with Bob. Niels in New York said, "Do you feel like you can never stop the bedtime stories because there's 2 children who now obsess over you?" No. Tonight's going to be my last one for a while. These kids need to learn. Also, they have a very short attention span, so they can go back to the beginning and watch them all again. I used to watch like the same episode of Sesame Street for 8 years, so they can relax. Ty said he just had a stroke. Yes. I did. Ty said, "My cat is named after Dr. Seuss." Okay, so is his name Dr. Seuss? Or is his real name like Ted? That thing? It wasn't even his real name, by the way. It was a pseudonym. It was a pen name. He was so embarrassed by his horrible rhymes. Misha said, "No shoehorning poems. Thank you." Griff said, "How do you feel about where the sidewalk ends?" How do I feel about it? Disgruntled. In general, I think it could be better, could be worse. It's not on the top of my list. Rob said, "It's your finger, RJ." That makes sense. Sometimes you rub and you have stuff on your finger. Thank you. Wash your hands. Chris said, "Tiger King is a train wreck that you can't stop watching unless you never start watching it because you've heard it from so many people that you're now no longer interested." Tell me what shows that the public has ruined for you. You know what else the public has ruined for me? Paul McCartney, the Beatles in general. Like, Hey Jude, okay song. Not even in their top 10 Beatles songs would I put Hey Jude. However, because it's so easy for everyone to sing and remember all together, every time there's more than like 7 people, there's like a 50% chance someone will sing Hey Jude. So the real issue is that it gets played and played and played and played, and it's not warranted for how good the song is. And now it's turned me off to Hey Jude and Paul McCartney completely. RJ H. Dale said, "Oh, how these make my morning." And I'm making coffee. Ty said he doesn't give an F about their kids. That's me. Nils New York said, "I can't stop singing what is now named the RJ Lullaby. So at the end of the bedtime stories, I sing the boys and girls a little bedtime lullaby. And if you want to look it up, I should post it later. It's actually the theme from Match Game, the wonderful TV show. Minicolette said, speaking of, what was your favorite movie as a kid? The one you watched over and over. Mine was The Brave Little Toaster, which is a sad and surprisingly scary movie. My favorite movie when I was a kid was probably my favorite movie still that I'm an adult was The Three Amigos. I would watch it a lot as a child. I don't know how young I was. I was like maybe third grade, fourth grade, but I'd watch it a lot. And now that I'm an adult, I realize I missed a good third of the jokes. So every time I watch it, it gets more and more funny. Ty said her cat's name is Theodore or Ted, which is Dr. Seuss's real name. I called you out. You think I didn't know my Seuss knowledge. Ty. Chris said Breaking Bad. That has been ruined for me. People love Breaking. You have to see it. You have to see Breaking Bad. And then turns out you don't. You just have to listen to these people talk about it. Nils New York said, how do you feel about everyone copying everything you do? Jericho did a drink along and sing along live last night, except it was vodka and Fozzy songs. That's on brand. Well, I have a grievance with Chris Jericho, which will be revealed at another time. How do I feel about it? Well, they're late to the game. Just the problem with being an innovator is by the time everyone catches up, I'm bored. David Turner said the public ruined Game of Thrones. That's very true. Then HBO ruined it themselves. Glad I didn't hop on that bandwagon. That is so true. The echo is louder than how good the show actually is. Rob McAllister Bell said Paul McCartney is dead. The one we have now is the fake one. I'm from Liverpool and the Beatles were too. Of course. That makes a lot of sense now. Yeah, this is the fake Paul McCartney because I think I would have enjoyed the other one a lot better. Not that Donald said I've never watched Breaking Bad because it can't be as good as people say it is. See, Rob McAllister Bell said, "Did you like Larry Sanders?" I loved it, and I would always read. It was always listed in the top, sitcoms of all time. And I was young, and I was in Canada, so my access to HBO was like pretty limited. So I never. And it also, as a kid, it looked so boring. It was a guy just like this with a suit, and then I got older and life got horrible and I got it, and then I was like, let's start watching this, and then it blew me away to the point where you don't know how anything comes after it, like a Curb or a 30 Rock. You're like, how can you do those shows after this? Or even an Office. It's like, this is it. Blood from the shaving. So Larry Sanders does get my highest recommendation, but I don't want to recommend it too highly because I want you to watch it. Jeff said, if I donate $5, will you sing Judas by Fozzy? Rye said, RJ does vodka and Fosse. Chris said, Walking Dead 2. It made it to season, and I was instantly bored. It starts off well, and you're like, we can all get into this. And then you really go, wow, they're really making this up as they go along. This is not making sense. I would like a cohesive story. Jake said, first stream. Hello, Jake. Heather said, give me some of that Golden Girls theme. Pretty please. That's very sweet, Heather. And it's so nice of you to do that, to be an acquaintance or a companion in a sense. And I'm grateful for it. So by that logic, all I can say is, thank you for being a friend. Dun, 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 dun. Travel down the road and back again. Dun, dun, dun. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. Just dun dun. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. There you go, Heather. That was so nice. And again, I will reiterate from the wonderful Andrew Gold. And it was a real song first. And it's go look it up, listen to the full song, and it's alarming to hear like the second verse. You're like, what is this? This is not the world I know. Ty is congratulating on my setup. Thank you. Heather has heart eyes, and so do I. Misha said, if anyone isn't singing along their living room right now, they're inhuman. Alexa Green just writes emojis. How am I supposed to read emojis? Heather said, thank you, RJ. Thank you, Heather. It's very sweet. Chris said, I've been binging Justified. Anything with Timothy Oliphant, or Walton Goggins, which is my great wrestler name, is bound to be great in my opinion. Rob said, have you never really heard the conspiracy that Pull is dead? Of course I have. You play the record backwards. It's a genuine conspiracy, and if you've never heard it, I need to spend the next 8 hours researching this. Oh, I need to spend the next 8 hours researching this. It's even allegedly. No, I have, and it's crazy, and yeah, I kind of believe it. Jeff said, do you ever watch the show Empty Nest? I have not, only tangentially. If I was in a waiting room, in passing, peripherally, from the side of my eyes. Alexa said her emojis means that she likes my singing. That's very sweet. Speaking of things happening, good segue. Let's press, shall we? Let me get this huckleberry over here. There we are. I feel like this one's going to come out a little bit. No, yes, no. It's okay. It's all right. Come out. It's okay. Oh, Lord. Oh. This made quite a... Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. What a disgrace. This is going to be a nice one. It's rainy here, and it's rainy and cold, and it's one of those days that warrants a cup of coffee, and I feel like the universe has been calling for it. Nature said, make me a cup. Do you know what I'm saying? There we go. Isn't that nice? Isn't that something? Very sweet. Let's give it 2 seconds here. Chris said, oh, hold on. Nils New York said, are you staying in shape? Yes, I am. Been getting these custom home workouts from a delightful gal who's tailoring them for me. Sorry, I am doing workouts. I am staying fit, and you should too. Your basement is fine. Rye said, okay, Joey Scarberry, the greatest American hero theme. I was singing this the other day. It's so weird. Okay. Let me see if I can sing it from the beginning. Look at what's happening to me. I can't believe it myself. Suddenly I'm up on top of the world. Should have been somebody else. Dun, 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 dun. Boom, 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 boom. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. I have not sung that in a while, and I enjoyed it. Let me give you $5, right? Dear Lord, that felt good for my body. Thank you so much. Ty said, I don't think I've heard more than 2 Beatles songs. Chris said, if you readjust certain letters and numbers on Sgt. Pepper's, it would lead you to a Liverpool-based funeral home. Really interesting. Nils New York said, ooh, the whispering is a sexy star. Rob McAllister Bell said, I know the Barbers on Penny Lane has a notice up asking for tourists not to come in. What a bastard. Rye said, yippee, thank you. I want to, speaking of the Beatles, it is incredible how little, for as many songs as they have, how few bad songs they have. Like, Yellow Submarine is horrible. Octopus's Garden is terrible. Mainly Ringo songs. Nevertheless, there are like maybe less than 10 altogether truly bad songs from them. Billy Joel, every 1 in 8 of his songs is a decent song, and the rest are horrible. Frank Sinatra, I would say, for every good song, he's got like 3 that are just non-songs that you don't even know he even did. He just literally recorded 1,000 songs. Rye is happy. So am I. Ty said, you got someone writing the workouts for you? Yes, very fit gal. I hope you're paying them a lot. She says, yes, in love. David Turner said, I always love the theme from the TV show MASH. Then I watched the movie, rather disturbing. The MASH movie I liked. So it was a movie first, and then they basically recasted it and made it a TV show. And a lot of people forget about the movie because the echo of the TV show obscured everything. So I would urge you to watch it. I think you would really like it if you liked MASH, but it's heavy. It's a lot heavier than the movie. Bum, 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 bum. And there's a lot of lyrics. There's a lot of themes, TV theme songs that you would assume are instrumental, but it turns out they also have lyrics because the songwriters figured out if you also write lyrics to it, you'll get paid. Every time the song gets played, even if it's the instrumental, you'll get paid twice as the composer, I guess, and the lyricist or whatever. You'll always see lyrics by, that kind of scam. So the MASH theme actually has lyrics. And what else? Oh, the Star Trek theme. Oh, that has lyrics. So good luck with that. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, said Rob. Yeah, that's not a good song either. Thank you for reminding me. Let's talk about your least favorite Beatles songs. Nils in New York said, I think he pays for his workouts perhaps by keeping ladybugs away from the lady making the workouts. Speaking of ladies, Jessamine Duke said the Family Feud theme. She's requesting the Family Feud theme. She's requesting it for her sister because she knows she's watching. You know, I sang the Family Feud theme when I played the Family Feud for SNES on Jessamine's channel, and you can click on it and watch it, but I will sing it here for you all because this is my audience. This is my time to shine. I'm singing, you know, the original Richard Dawson version. I know it went through some remixes and covers when we got to Ray Combs, and of course, Louis Anderson and John O'Hurley and Richard Karn, and then Steve Harvey. And yes, I've named off pretty much all the hosts of Family Feud. Nevertheless, boom dum dum ba dum ba dum boom 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 ba dum ba dum boom 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 ba dum ba dum boom 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 dum 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 dun 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 That's the Family Feud for the Duke family. Let's play the feud. Rob said suicide. Oh, yeah. So there's a lyric in the MASH theme that talks about suicide being painless. If you're not in a good place right now, don't listen to the lyrics of the MASH theme. Rob McAllister Bell said, did you have Thomas the Tank Engine in America where Ringo Starr narrates the show? Yes, he's the conductor. We had Ringo in Liverpool. He's a traitor to his class and supports right-wing governments. I'm so happy I know this as much as I hate it. We did. It was called Shining Time Station, another show I know the theme to. There was two conductors. They were replaced halfway through. It was Ringo and it was George Carlin. They were both the miniature conductors. I can't remember which came first, but apparently George Carlin was Ringo's cousin from the North Pole. That's how they explained the switch. Chris said, the movie didn't end darkly per se, but some of the characters did end up with PTSD. Well, war times are so dark. Rob McAllister Bell said, do you know you'll never walk alone? Of course I know it. I'm a big fan of Jerry Lewis, and I have to know it. I know multiple versions. Yes, I know it. Parnell says, it's my favorite. Well, here's to you. Survey says, you're welcome. Nils in New York said, I went on a graveyard tour in Brooklyn, and when we went to Leonard Bernstein's grave, the tour guide started singing the Jets song, and it got awkward. That guy was born to be a star, that tour guide. The gay strip club on Church Street, you could just say the club on Church Street, uses a music channel on quiet days instead of a DJ, and one of the strippers was forced to dance to Yellow Submarine. It's hard to masturbate sexily to that on stage. You know it's another horrible stripper song? Cats in the Cradle. Amelia said Greenwood Cemetery. That's correct, Amelia. A real cemetery connoisseur. Ty said the facial expressions. Heel said there is a book called The Worst Rock and Roll Records of All Time. It lists the worst rock and rollers of all time. Ringo Starr and Paul McCartney are up there. The winner in the book is Billy Joel. Thank God. I'd like to get this book. Jessamine Duke said so much range. And I'm mainly just singing songs from TV shows. Nelson New York said they don't call the fat conductor here. Uh-oh. Rob donated. Very sweet. I got to warm up my voice for this. He wants to sing You'll Never Walk Alone. Okay. So there's a bunch of versions. The song is very famous. Most famously, Jerry Lewis sang it at the end of every one of his Labor Day telethons. Dear Lord. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Oh, that was so nice. He would sing it at the end, and he'd often cry. He'd have a handkerchief and he'd say, when you walk through a storm, hold your head up high. Don't be afraid of the dark. And then Elvis did a version where he just kept singing it. Oh, thank you, Rob. That's so sweet of you. Rob said, and it's been played for the Hillsborough disaster. The 96 Liverpool football fans were killed in stadium. That makes sense. I also remember hearing that giant football stadium version of it, like everyone singing. Oh, everyone's so moved. RJH Dale wants to know if I can sing You Can Look But You Can't Touch, the Bella Twins entrance theme. Okay. You can look, but you can't touch. You keep dreaming on the stars above. Shadow tells about the test of time. Bounce, gone, bounce, bounce, gone, bounce. You can look, but you can't touch. You keep dreaming on the stars above. Shadow tells about the test of time. It's so untraditionally a song, but that is certainly the best I can. It's so electronic. It's hard to make those sounds with my voice. I want everyone to take a moment and do the twirl. I do my own. I can't. I don't have the hips or the dexterity, and I don't know which one I am. Thank you for that real palate cleanser. That's very sweet. Misha said, everyone sings that song so flat. You did so lovely. And she was talking about You'll Never Walk Alone. not the Bella's theme. But thank you, RJ, for making me do that. Or RJH. RJH. You should just pick the two letters and stick with it. RH? Okay, I'm with you. William Finn. Nils New York said, oh, should we request Bremo? Give me some real songs. These entrance themes, they're not really singable songs in that sense. Let's have some coffee. Shouldn't we have some coffee? We've been here for 6 hours. Let's do let me lower it. I don't want to do a high pour. It's going to go everywhere. This is better. Here we go. And this is my wonderful Twilight Zone Eye of the Beholder mug. Which is that? Oh, are we out of focus? What happened here? Why are we out of focus? Dear Lord, hold on. Let me get this together. There we go. That's better. Hey, everyone. RJH says, I can't help it. I have two middle names. Listen, my friend, I have two middle names. It's not just RJ. It's RJ and something else. Apparently, this is what I'm confused about. And my mother tried to explain this to me, and it made less and less sense every time she did. RJ is my first name. The Raul Julia there is in the first name slot. So I actually have a middle name beyond that. And then, has anyone here gone to Catholic school? You get a A confirmation name. What was my confirmation name? Thomas, maybe? But you don't use it. You just get to pick an extra name, which is nice. Misha says, oh shit, I got to spend another $5. Ty said, and almost spelled it. Yes, I did. Rob McAllister Bell said, shouldn't we have coffee? Sounds like a lost lyric from Send in the Clowns. Shouldn't we have coffee? Another song I can sing. David's good at singing that song too. The Family Ties theme. Oh God, I don't even think I know it. Oh no. Oh, I failed, Uri. Why don't I know that theme? What do you do when you're a liberal dad and your kid's a conservative? You get a tie, family ties. You get a tie around your neck. That's all I can do. Why don't I know that song? It's completely escaping me. I did do The Greatest American Hero. Dear Lord, Rye, I'm so sorry. I failed you. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to apologize. I wasn't crazy about it. It didn't resonate with me. I know the Who's the Boss theme, which I'm going to give you in place of that because I feel so bad. There's a time for hope and a time for living. Join the tents and make the man. Here's a second time for living. There's a night for bound the man. There's a time. Lost a dream or two. Found a friend. And at the end was you. Oh, that's it. Thank you, Rod. What do we do, baby, without love? What do we do, baby, without love? That's all I remember. Dear Lord, why? That's a horrible. I know that it's weird that I know that song and I didn't realize it was the Family Ties song. That's terrible. Misha said, Jim works hard for the money, dun, 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 so hard for the money, dun, 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 dun. She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right. That's right. She works hard for the money, dun, 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 so hard for it, honey. Dun, 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 dun. She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right. Oh, and now RJ Sargent. RJ Sargent. Do we have 3 RJs, including myself? Rye said Johnny Mathis and Denise Williams. That makes so much sense. RJ Sargent said instead of singing a song for me, sing something you want to sing. Your choice. Well, this is a good question. And now I need time to think. Well, since I was talking about it, isn't it rich? Aren't we a pair? You here at last, me here at last on the ground, you in midair. Send in the clowns. Where are the clowns? Isn't it rich? Isn't it queer? Isn't it lush? Isn't it queer? I thought that you want what I want. Sorry, my dear. Send in the clowns. Where are the clowns? Just when I start opening doors, finally finding the one that I wanted was yours. Making my entrance again with my usual flair. Sure of my lines, but nobody's there. Won't you love a farce? I fear losing my timing this late in my career. Send in the clowns. Where are the clowns? Don't bother. They're here. It's an incredibly sad song, and I think it's about a divorce or a relationship ending. They realize the joke is on them. Jessamine Duke, thank you for suggesting what I want to sing. Jessamine Duke said, Slow Chemical for Tegan Knox, because Kane is her favorite, the wrestler Kane, and that's what I'm going to sing. So Kane's theme is a lot of organ, but then there was a cover of it. Let me see if I can remember it. Boom, boom, boom. No wonder of the world is gone, and oh, for sure, all the wonder that I would have found in her, as good as it begins to find a word, and the flame returns. Now, give me what I could never ask for to condense me, and you could be my chemical now. So similar to Sounding the Clowns, but with a lot more guitars. Thank you for that. I haven't sang that since I was angry in the 7th grade. Jessamine said she has more fun requesting songs for other people, which I can do too. It's adorable. Rob said the lesbians were 2 doors down, and I woke up today and someone last planted trees in our front yard. That's so nice. Someone last night that's a sweet thing to do in these trying times. And I think, but also respect people's yards. If it's someone who wouldn't like their yard futz with. Mishu said, send in the clowns, give me shivers, even when the lyrics are bungled up. There's a bunch of those lyrics. I'm trying to get them all together. Rob said, RJ admitted you wanted to sing the WCW version of the American Dream song. The WWF version, I know for sure. The WWF one, the WCW one, I'm still learning. Jake said, all I can picture is Krusty the Clown singing. That's true. They did sing that on The Simpsons. I think he has a cigarette in his mouth. Ty said, you were better at playing the system. I don't know what that's referring to. Nelson York said, thank you, Jessamine. I'm crying laughing. Rye said, I hope you sing more in your stream. Jessamine, if you do, I think you should kick it off with the Jessamine theme, with the Jefferson, dear Lord. Rye is saying to Jessamine, I hope you sing more in your stream, and I hope you kick it off with the Jeffersons theme, which I really want to sing right now, but these are the rules. Ty said his facial expression is Jesus. He's so into it. Chris said goth metal band Typo Negative was slated to get the Kane theme till WWE decided to go with Slow Chemical. I think it has to do with money. I think Typo Negative wanted a hefty price. Jeff said, did you ever have a chance to meet Dusty Rhodes? I did, and I did a promo for him, and it was typically a me promo. There was a lot of people there watching it, but he was in charge. And I did it, and I sang Ethel Merman, and I finished, and there was like, when like just people are tense and the air gets like heavy. So it was done, and I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. And then Dusty went, that was excellent, baby. And that was it. Val P said, with Arms Wide Open by Creed. Oh, dear Lord. With arms wide open, under the sun, I'll show you everything. I'll show you everything. With arms wide open, don't bother sunlight. Just see, with arms wide open. That was Arms Wide Open by the wonderful Scott Stapp and Creed, who sang a lot of fun songs. When You Are With Me, which is basically the same song. Aw, Aaron Sweetheart put in 549. Bold job. She wants something from Little Shop of Horrors, please. Oh man. I don't know which one to sing. Well, I can always do others later. A matchbox of our own, a fence of real chain link, a grill out on the patio, disposal in the sink, a washer and a dryer, and an ironing machine. In the pine sol scented air, somewhere that's green. He rakes and trims the grass. He loves to mow and weed. I cook like Betty Crocker, and I look like Donna Reed. There's plastic on the furniture to keep it neat and clean. In the tract house that we share, somewhere that's green. Between our frozen dinners and our bedtime 9:15, we snuggle watching Lucy on our big, enormous 12-inch screen. And then the audience usually laughs because TVs are so big now. I'm his December bride. He's father, he knows best. The kids play howdy doody as the sun sets in the west. A gentle love and better homes and gardens magazines. Far from Skid Row, I dream we'll go somewhere that's green. Wow, I put some work into that, Aaron. I hope you appreciate it. That was some good. No, I sing that all the time. It's very sweet. Thank you. And that's also my tribute to the wonderful Ellen Green. I was interested in dating, and I was told, stay away. She's a weird gal. I'm very impressed you pulled those lyrics out of nowhere. Ty, they come from inside me. Jake said, what is with that era of music where everyone was sounding like the lead singer of Pearl Jam? Obviously, not talking about Somewhere That's Green. He's talking about Creed. RJ making bank today, and our lives are brighter for it too. Axis said, go, you were so funny. Expressions every time you sing a song. Jake, I don't know, but it's terribly funny. Misha Meeker said, oh, the cutest little accent, my heart. David Turner said, you said 9:15 at 9:15 Central Time. No, I said 9:30. It's 9:30 Eastern. Get us together. Ty said, the constant keeping eye contact is kind of freaking me out. I can't lie yet because you're not in touch with your emotions, Ty. The intimacy is something you have to work on with your therapist. Solis is just washing their hands, I guess, because that song made them feel dirty. Aaron said, stunning work. Thank you. Steven said, beautiful. Now I need to watch that today. You really do. Everyone should take some time to watch Little Shop of Horrors. Aaron, I believe I told you this a while ago, but I first saw Little Shop of Horrors. No, I didn't first see it. I've seen a bunch of versions. Even if there's like a high school version, it's fun because the music is simple as good, and so it's really hard to botch it. But I saw it on Broadway with Joey Fatone as Seymour. Yeah, it wasn't so hot. Let's just put it like that. Nelson York said, RJ, you're the best. We love you. Thank you. Rob McAllister Bell said, who's on your cup? This is from an episode of The Twilight Zone called Eye of the Beholder. And I really shouldn't hold this cup for people who haven't seen it because I'm really blowing the ending of the episode. It's The Twilight Zone, whatever. It's been around for 100 years. I can spoil it if I want. So this woman's getting surgery on her face, and the whole time they're going, her whole face is wrapped up, and they're like, oh my, she's so ugly. I hope the surgery takes. What are we going to do? Blah, blah, blah. If it doesn't work, what are we going to do? Finally, they take the bandages off. By the way, you haven't seen any of you see hands. It's all on her. And they take it off, and she looks like this. She looks like this woman here. And she's gorgeous, right? Right? Pretty gal. But then everyone goes, oh my God, she's hideous. Oh, what do we do? It didn't work. We have to do it again. And she's like, oh, I don't want to do it again. And blah, 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 blah. So she tries to escape, and she runs away. And then the doctor grabs her, and the doctor turns around, and he's like, nurse, get the needle. And then they pan over to the nurse, and the nurse also has these pig faces. And so I guess it's a place of these pig people. And that's the thing. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's the point. Chris Sago said, back to the house love built from the Desperado soundtrack. Oh, yeah, I know that one. We're going back, bum, bum, bum. We're going back, bum, bum, bum. Back to the house, bum, bum, bum. Back to the house, bum, bum, bum. We're going back, bum, bum, bum. We're going back, bum, bum, bum. We're going back to the house. Love built, bum, bum, bum. We're walking in, bum, bum, bum. We're opening the door, bum, bum, bum. Who is there? Bum, boom, boom. What are they there for? I don't know. Boom, boom, boom. But they're here. Bum, bum, bum. Back to the house. Love built. Bum, bumpers. Is it made of sticks? Dun, dun, dun. Is it made of stones? Dun, dun, dun. Is it made of brick? Dun, dun, dun. Nobody knows. Dun, dun, dun. But I know one thing. Bum, bum. The floor is wood. Boom, boom, boom. Because we're going back to the house. Love built. Bum, bum, bum. Get your heart. Bum, bum, bum. Get your hat. Bum, bum, bum. Get your coat. Bum, bum, bum. And bring a map. Bum, bum, bum. Is it north? Is it south? I'll give you a kiss, bum, 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 on your mouth, bum, bum, bum. So we're going back, bum, 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 back to the house, bum, 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 back to the house that love built. That's from the wonderful Desperado soundtrack. There you go, Chris. You're welcome. So listen. Oh, okay. So Val said, just following up with the. Oh wait, Nails New York said the last music I saw was Bad Out of Hell, and there's a shocked emoji, and my sentiments exactly. Val P said they can't do it again. They can't perform the surgery on the girl again. It's not taking. So they send her to live in exile. That's the real ending. But obviously the twist is the faces. Thank you, Val. So listen, washing hands emojis look very much like clapping hands. We were definitely giving a standing ovation for your beautiful Little Shop of Horrors performance. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm always, anyway, if there's any opening in any production of Little Shop of Horrors, I am always ready. Now, is there any song he doesn't know? And what a vast musical knowledge he has. Michu Michu said, is this the actual song or are we writing this as we go? Oh, no, that's the song. Val said, I love the Twilight Zone. Any iconic episodes I can basically tell you about. I tell you something, Val. My two favorite are Willoughby. My family loves to stop at Willoughby. And we also love, not I, the Beholder. I mean, we do love it. But The Howling Man is, I think, my personal favorite. Jake White said, the last musical I watched was The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. That must have been a hoot. Minicoletta said, my roommate came into the living room while you were singing that, and I can't imagine what she thinks. Oh, who cares at this point? We're all cooped up. People are watching Tigers. It's not any weirder than that. It's ahead of the curve. Where's my tragic Netflix documentary? I guess I have to get involved in drugs and illicit murder first. Give me like 3 months of this. Chris said there's a new Tragically Hip documentary on Netflix. Speaking of, if you want to click on Soulless Animation, they did the animation for the Tragically Hip. They did like this cartoon native thing. Gord Downey did a book and they animated it, and it's nice. Go click and look. It's very nice. Steven said, I was supposed to go see Jagged Little Pill last weekend. That's sad. It would have been fun. There was a lot we were supposed to do. I was supposed to be yesterday. I was supposed to be in Buffalo. And then tomorrow, I would have been headed to Florida to begin my WrestleMania weekend, which is obviously in a state of disarray. Nails New York said, I think there's money in a no-fans, one-man musical starring RJ City. If I put on a musical, no one would show up and it'll get the same effect. I like the masks and the gold thimble. Probably my favorite. Oh, yes. The masks are great. Willoughby is good, too. And I actually went to Willoughby, Ohio, and they have a festival called the A Stop at Willoughby Festival, because it's the only Willoughby in the United States. And I think they have a parade, and then they play the episode on loop in the library. Chris said, I grew up with the Forrest Whitaker Twilight Zone as a kid. I had no idea it was a reboot. I believe it's been rebooted, I think, multiple times, not even including the most recent one, obviously, which also wasn't very good. And there's also a movie with where they do some classic episodes and some new ones, but it does not remotely have the feel. It's interesting to watch a little bit, but it's not the best. I mean, the best is the original, and there's so many episodes that just go watch them. Rob said, who is the best U.S. president, RJ? That's a great question. Taft got stuck in his bathtub. That's fun. That's what you want. You want a president to be like jovial. Like, even if he's bumbling and whatever, but like in a jovial way that makes people happy, not in this way. I'm going to go with Taft. Hoover. Val said, I think it's on the 4th season. Oh, I think it's on the 4th reboot. I see what you're saying. The 4th reboot of the Twilight Zone. So it was in the 60s, then the 80s, then the 2000s, that I remember, and then last year. And they also, lest we forget, and it's not a bad show, Rod Serling's Night Gallery, which are similar stories. but they don't quite have the same. Hooverville. Yeah, I'm going to Hooverville. Actually, let's make put a little butter in this. Give me one moment to get a scissor. Yes, I'm wearing socks. My feet are cold. It's a chronic condition. And it's cold. It's not remotely spring. I feel like with all this cooped up business, if it was nicer outside, I could handle this, but it's not. It is very much like sickly weather. You know, it's not nice. There we go. A little more. I need this to warm up my voice. I've been doing so much singing. It's a real live concert here. I tell you, my favorite song so far has been Going Back to the House Love Built. That was a hoot. Again, if you're just joining us, and if you imagine just tuning in and seeing this without any context, you click on this randomly, it's in your list of recommended. Hello, I'm RJ, I'm in my underwear, I'm making coffee, and I may sing a song if you're so inclined. There we go. This is going actually very smoothly, and it makes me very happy. Okay, all right, okay. Well, hi. Ty said, RJ, if you're cold, put clothes on. My body is hot. I'm sweating upstairs, but downstairs is very cold. The Twilight Zone is still terrifying today, said Nails. It is. Everyone should really watch it, especially now while you're all cooped up. If you're going to binge anything, if I can recommend, look, there's some bad episodes. There's a whole season that they filmed on tape. They taped it instead of filmed it. It's not that good. They're hour-long episodes, but other than that, oh my goodness, Solace comes through. By the way, before I say this, heads up, Solace and I, next week, perhaps Tuesday, maybe dropping another Great Moments in Wrestling History cartoon. And I think you'll all really enjoy it. So stay tuned. But nevertheless, they were sweet enough to request the theme from the Jeffersons. Where we're moving on up to the east side, moving on up to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up to the east side, moving on up. We finally got a piece of the pie. Boom, fish don't fry in the kitchen. Beans don't burn on the grill. Took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. Now we're up in the big leagues, getting our turn at bat. As long as we live, it's you and me, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We're moving on up to the east, moving on up. A deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on up to the east side. Moving on up. We finally got a piece of the pie. Starring the wonderful Sherman Hemsley. And Wheezy, what was her real name? Dear Lord, Louise Jefferson. I can't remember her full name. And Mr. Benedict there was the next door neighbor. And he was you also remember the next door neighbor on the Jeffersons as the guy from the Ziggy cartoons in Seinfeld. Remember the episode of the Ziggy where Elaine can't figure out why the Ziggy cartoon is funny? He's the guy who owns the whatever. Elaine, Ziggy comics are like Gossamer, and one does not dissect Gossamer. That was a good choice. Solace. Val said, I think the Twilight Zone's on Hulu, or it was the last time I checked. I have the DVD set. That's something I just want, you know? Solace said, fantastic, and they're clapping and not washing their hands. Nell said, yes, I love those shows. Ty said, I really enjoy how he provides his own backup music while he's singing. Why do you need somebody else? Why do I have to pay a backup singer? You know what I mean? Do you know what the union rates are? I'd be out on my ass. Rob McAllister Bell said, damn, it's the Jeffersons. I thought it was the Jetsons. Oh, and now the Jetsons song just clicked into my head. Mike said, what wrestling move could the French press be? Well, it would involve my tongue. Doing stump puller, maybe? I don't press too well. I would, what would a French press be? A reverse crossbody. I'd run at their back and do a crossbody. because that's how they do it in France. They do it backwards because the French is so backwards. Fosbe says, I know The Outer Limits is on Hulu, but I'm not sure if The Twilight Zone is. I also know, and I feel like they're doing it soon, Sci-Fi is going to have another marathon because everyone's stuck inside of The Twilight Zone. They do it like 4th of July weekend, and they do my favorite, and I always watch it with my family, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. That was always like the big thing in the house. Nils New York said, do you have a garden or a balcony? There are like bushes outside. I wouldn't say I have a garden. I don't grow anything. There is a Rose in Spanish Harlem is a song I know. Let me know if you want me to sing that. And I don't have a balcony. No, we're ground floor people. I'm not a top rope guy. Rob said, who taught you to wrestle? Well, I was trained originally in 1956 in the Catskills by Jerry Lewis. And my cardio is good for 2 reasons. One, we were trained in the mountains, so the altitude. Secondly, he smoked a cigarette the entire time he would wrestle with me. He would just be hanging out of his mouth. So that helped a lot. Steven said, double foot stomp could be a French press. I feel like I would kill people if I did that. You know how many moves I'd be like, that's sweet. And then you try it and you're like, I'm going to really hurt you. And I'm sorry. Chris said, computer servers can go down. Physicals are always reliable till, well, they aren't. That's true. Thank you. Thank you for putting it all into perspective, Chris. RJ said, I seem to remember American Bandstand having a New Year's Eve marathon as well back in the day. Ooh. Nail said, so there's nowhere for you to sit if the weather gets nice. No, there's a deck outside. If that's what you're asking, like I can work outside. I can have my coffee outside. And I can also go for a good walk. Lest we forget at all of this, while everyone's locked down, and you should be locked down. Try this and see if everyone, stay with me. Let me try this and see what happens. Add inserted. Is everyone back? Are we here? Tell me what happens. I just click that button. Let me know if anything happens. Val P said, Mine Hair from Cabaret, which is just also a song I don't know. But I do, by the logic of this show. Mine hair is here. Your hair is there. His hair is here. Her hair is there. Take your hair and mine hair and yours. Here's a hair and there a hair. Everyone has hair and they're here. Mine hair and your hair. Her hair and my hair. Your hair and my hair. Everybody's everywhere. Whose hair is there? My hair is there. Do you have a hair? I can't find it anywhere. Your hair is there. My hair is here. Mine hair is here and there and there and here. And she has hair and here. Hair. Thanks, Val. I hope that brought back a lot of memories for you. It's certainly my favorite song from Cabaret. Mitra said, everyone's in a Liza Minnelli mood today. That's true. Val P said, what? Yep. That's it. How can you not know Cabaret? Do you know the bevy of songs I listed? And I also already sang Cabaret. Is it not possible that I don't know every single song? Yet you got a beautiful new song called My Hair from Cabaret? I keep saying my hair. It's mine hair. Mine hair. You're upset at me, Val, and you flew too close to the sun, and I want to apologize. Rob McAllister Bell said, do you have to share the outdoor space with other residents? No. No, this is my own. I can, but I mean, kind of. They can look. They can look and see. Val's upset. Do you want your money back, Val? I'm sorry. I apologize. What else can I sing? Let me sing something else for Val. There is a brotherhood of man, a great big brotherhood of man. Oh, how I want to be in that fraternity, the great big brotherhood of man. From, can anyone name it? Val said, it's still funny. Life is fine. No, keep it. Thank you. Nelson York said, I saw a comedy show in Brooklyn, and there was a Liza Minnelli act who basically walked around the stage saying, hello, hello, in her voice, and dramatically fell over a lot. Now, I will say the ultimate Liza Minnelli impression, and there have been a bunch, is my dear friend Mario Cantone, who really, if anyone I should go live and do song requests with, it's got to be him, but I feel like his price would be slightly higher than $5. He does the quintessential Liza. So if anyone knows whether that impression was good or not, maybe it's him, but it sounds like it wasn't him. His has a lot more subtext to it. Not that Donald reminded everyone that, yes, I am a heel now. So you get what you pay for. So look at everybody. Anyway, the coffee was delightful. Not that Donald is right. Maybe it was just a big heel move. Yeah, maybe that was a big heel move. Think about it. Maybe I'm just sitting on Cabaret and I'll sing Mine Hair when I shut this off to myself. RJHJL wants Juice by Lizzo because he doesn't know what era I live in. All right. So here we go. Here's Juice by Lizzo. Bum, bum. Remember that slow piano intro? Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Apple juice, orange juice, pomegranate juice, and pineapple juice. They're all different fruits, but they're all juice to me. Squeeze it hard, grind it deep. Is it concentrate? Will it make a peep? No, it won't. It's not alive, but it's all juice to me. Drink it down, slurp it up. Even vegetables can juice up in your cup. Gargle it, spit it out. If you don't like it, make sure the cup has a spout. That way you can pour it back in. Apple juice, orange juice, pineapple juice, pomegranate juice. They're all different fruits, but they are all juices to me. That was Juice by Lizzo. And RJH Dale said that was good juice. And it is. It's a good song. You know, you should all be recording these. And once they're done, you should send them to a record label and say, print me 1,000,000 copies immediately. You got a hit on your hands. I'm pumping them out. I'm RCA Records over here. This is the new Motown. Michu said, Nails in New York said, you can't hear me, but I was singing Mine Hair in my living room. Very sweet. Jake said, RJ practically killed the whole wrestling business with his heel turn. I agree. Michu said, at least RJ has a backup career as a living room lounge singer forever. It's not a backup. We're here. Nails in New York said, Jake, since he turned heel, the wrestling world has imploded on itself. Michu said, it's all juice to me. Holy heck. RJ said, this is good juice. Exa Green said, well, you already make a fruit punch juice. Sure. Rob said, Nails, that was actually Liza. Oh, that impression was not an impression. It was actually Liza. He and the husband, David, moved to Liverpool and lived on the same street as me for a time, and then he died. The end. True story. Nails in New York said, yes, Rob, I fear he liked Yorkshire puddings. Well, we're getting into David and the Guest family and that whole thing. Anyway, this has been a fun time. The coffee has been good. We've sung a lot. We've talked about hope and merriment and joy and mirth. We also talked about a lot of mirth. I want to say thank you for participating. Oh, J. Aaron Poole said, thank you for recommending The One and Only. It's hilarious. I'm going to recommend it again. The One and Only was a movie. It's a wrestling-themed romantic comedy from the 70s or early 80s. It was written by Rob Reiner or Carl Reiner. It was written by A. Reiner and stars Henry Winkler and Hervé Villachez, and also William Daniels, who was Mr. Feeney on Boy Meets World. And who else is in it? An uncredited Roddy Piper. That's how young he was. So I am thinking it is the 70s. But it's a good movie, period. But it's an unsung wrestling movie because I think it nails the lunacy of what I deal with every day. I used to wrestle. Does anyone know that? Nails in New York. Ty said, great start to a Sunday. Nail said, this has been fabulous. A great episode. Rob said, Liverpool is quite a distance from Yorkshire. We're getting into this. Val said, sounds like you should reboot The One and Only. I would love to. Rob said, do you know I'm the one and only? Well, now I do. And I want to thank you all. And I will see you back here next week. In the meantime, I don't know. Stay sane, I guess. get a good look here, okay? There we are. Godspeed.